Is that India? What happened to her hair?
My hair looks cute today, doesn't it? I mean, well, it better because I spent a good amount of time just to get it right. And that's if it still looks the same way it did from this morning. But ladies, you understand this hair struggle, right? No need to answer. I'm sure you do. Now, as a young black woman, styling my hair may be a little extra time and effort. But before we even get into that part, why do girls spend time doing their hair anyways? In fact, why do we spend almost any time doing anything? Well, one of the reasons is to feel beautiful and also to showcase our confidence that we have in ourselves. Plus, it never hurts to look a little extra cute for that one little crush. But anyways, however, African American women's hair, or any woman from any nationality in fact, find the hair to be an important aspect of being a woman, or a female. Currently, in the African American society, a common phrase one may hear is having good hair. So, there are always misconceptions to the so-called good hair, but the main question is, what is good hair? Well, it means hair that is at the best it can be. Hair that's healthy, looking, and a natural adornment. Now that's good hair. My hair doesn't have to be inching down to my butt for it to be good, but sadly, in the African American society, or for darker tone, the African descent woman in general, they think that having good hair or to be beautiful in society is when you have European or white features. Straight hair tends to be a preferable hairstyle in the African American community, and it has been this way since the advertisements in 1890s and the 1920s, which emphasized straight hair and fair skin, white standards of beauty. There are, for some people, might say that these women are neglecting their natural beauty. But it's just that natural beauty can be in a different state. Something is not usually put into perspective is that the possibility of simply trying a new hairstyle or maybe just more manageable when you have straight hair. On the other hand, the black is beautiful phrase has its meaning originated during the African American Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s in America. The African American women during this time felt themselves as more uplifting towards the whites. The movement spread so far that it reached all black, even those across the world in South Africa. It taught young women that way it was okay to be different from whites. Black is beautiful helped in the process of going back into African roots and embracing their culture and background where African American ancestors came from. It was meant to express to whites that they were not ashamed of who they are, what they are, and how nothing can break their spirits. Also, along with not breaking their spirits, it touched the way that they saw their image of beauty. The movement was so influential that even 30 years after the 1960s, after the Civil Rights Movement, it corresponds with the decision of being black. And the author of Making a Permanent Afro, published in 1993, Gloria Wayne Giles, said that it influenced her hair decision to wear an afro because wearing her hair relaxed seemed contradictory to affirming her blackness. In the past few years, many women have left the chemical treatment of relaxer to going natural and embracing their natural beauty. Now, whether or not you have relaxed or completely natural hair, what you choose to do with your hair is your decision. For some, having afro-like hair was simply an expression of rebellion in the 1960s Civil Rights Movement. So self-expression should not be judged. The natural hair look can be criticized by some of those inside the African American community and those outside of it. Because of the mindset of the European beauty that was put into the black minds since periods of slavery, the features were always more preferable than what they already had. This travels up to a time period where if one's hair was not straight or long enough, she may not be able to fit society standards. For example, transitioning from hair relaxer to completely natural state of hair can be an unusual feeling and a difficult phase for a person that actually doesn't want to be considered different. It is not what society has necessarily been used to having the natural hair. It's just that there is good hair and there's also nappy hair. People automatically assume that if your hair isn't straight, it is most likely nappy. What's weird? Well, the term is only towards black people, regardless whether you're a male or female. But in the current time period, being different and having its nappy hair is starting to be praised. And anyways, no person wants to be exactly like the other. So be different, be unique. Believe it or not, people's thoughts are important towards hair since the time slave trades in the West Indies, where hair was typically more radically the real symbolic symbol of badge of slavery. Beauty shows social class, whereas for women in Africa, started to associate hairstyles with their ability to achieve economic success in a segregated society. Currently, most people do not associate hairstyles with social class. Most people do not think of it this way because women usually use it to express themselves, which possibly include adding a bit of color to their hair. It's a typical thing in the African American society. If a black or darker toned woman seems to have good hair, people tend to assume that she's mixed with European descent, as if blacks can have similar qualities as whites. Different from any natural hair, hair that grows out from one's head is technically will always be natural. Adding a few pieces in which is not grown from the scalp can be unnatural. Relaxing hair should not be associated with the inability to stay natural and be in touch with woman's African roots. Anyone could add to what they already have. Why be judged? That way is just one way one can enhance their beauty, just as makeup does or probably jewelry. Extensions in the current time can be set apart to two different regarding skin tones. If one is black, getting extensions is automatically called weave. If one is white, it will automatically call it extensions. Because a black person is wearing hair extensions or weave, they are automatically assumed to be bald. Definitely not true. Lupita Nyong'o, #1 in America's one top magazines, People's Magazine, top 50 most beautiful women in 2014, is a perfect example of a person who does not have European features, however, can still be viewed as beautiful in today's society. So, as a woman, whether you are white, black, Hispanic, or Asian, do what you want with your hair. Express your way and whatever feels best for you, because the beauty will always be there. Having a natural, fluffy afro can be the best thing for you. Or having a straight, flowy hair doesn't define how black you are or how proud you seem to be. It shows how much you don't need to live off society's standards. So live up to your own beauty standards. Because when you walk outside that door tomorrow morning after fixing your hair, you probably prepared the night before. You'll think, I'm cute, I'm the ish, so I'll be fierce. Have that Beyonce side. And nothing else matters. So thank you, stay beautiful, and don't forget to whip your hair.
I am not my hair, I am not the skin, I am the soul that lives within. Does the way I wear my hair make me a better person? Does the way I wear my hair make me a better friend? Oh, does the way I wear my hair determine my integrity?